Welcome back to another episode of On the Road. This time we are away to Liverpool instead of the vlog style video which we've done in the past. I'm going to do a bit of a recap. The day started with a much too early 6:30 a.m. wake up for a train out of Houston, which cost a whopping £87.50 return. So on the way up, as food, Richard calibrated his map.
Telling me to do that.
After we arrived, we looked for the ideal Uber pickup spot. 10:47, we have arrived Liverpool Lime Street. After we discovered the 2.5 times surcharge for the Uber, we decided to join the extremely long queue for the buses to get to Anfield from the city centre. A £4.20 return ticket to Anfield wasn't too bad considering it got us there pretty quickly, and it was all pretty convenient stopping right outside Anfield. On the way there, the lineups were announced. Looking at the lineups now, it's Wednesday the 14th of November, which means that Slavisa has officially been fired. But I'm not going to make this video about that topic because I'm sure there's been enough news in your feeds and streams and internets regarding that. It was Mitrovic up front, Kenny, Chambers and Zambo Anguissa in the midfield, Ryan Sessegnon on the left, Schürrle on the right, Maxime Lemarchand on the left, Mawson and Adoy in the middle, Christie and Rico in goal. It was a different lineup. I wasn't too upset. I felt that it was a bit of a surprise that Seri was out, but I was pleasantly surprised because I don't think Kenny and Seri can play together. It was good to see Ryan Sessegnon further up the pitch, not forced to play left back. Maxime Lemarchand actually played pretty well at left back for once, but before the game I wasn't too stoked to see him at left back. Shortly after leaving the city centre, we got to Anfield. We have arrived at Anfield. Getting to the away end, you were greeted by some custom Fulham away fan signs, which was nice to see. We got to our seats at about 11:50 a.m. Just in time for You Never Walk Alone. Pretty moving moment of silence recognizing Memorial Day. The game kicked off and the battle with the winter sun began. Most Fulham fans in the away end watched the entire game pretty much like this. In all fairness, the away seats are pretty good. I found they're pretty close to the pitch. It wasn't a bad angle. The bench would warm up right in front of the away stand. It was quite cool to see some World Cup semi-finalists in the flesh warming up right in front of us. Little did we know at the time that would be the last time we would see Slavisa on the sideline for Fulham. Obviously sad to see him go, but like I said, I'm not going to make this video about that topic. Time to get onto the goal. I think we had a corner at the time. The ball went out. The ball went into the middle, came back out to Tom Cairney. And when I saw that ball meet Mitrovic's head, I saw the net move and I just went ballistic. I remember grabbing my mate Richard. I had my arms around him and my sort of head was down in the crowd and we were just going mad. And I remember thinking to myself that it's too quiet. Like, it wasn't as loud as the away fan celebration normally is. And as I looked up, Mo Salah was putting it in the bottom corner of the Fulham net, and in a matter of split seconds, my emotions went from celebrating a Fulham goal at Anfield to conceding. I've never felt a switch of emotions for a Fulham goal like that in my life before, but it happened, and on further review I thought it was pretty harsh for the game to have been restarted that quickly, and for the doubts of the offside first of all, but that aside, the ball obviously still moving. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans are celebrating the fact of how quickly Liverpool reacted and how quickly they got up the pitch. Fair play. It does take some concentration and some professionalism to stay turned on for those kinds of situations, but it just seemed like a scenario where the referee could have easily just said, whoa, let's take that back, let's get the free kick for the offside. But these things happen, and my heart was broken in a matter of seconds. Shortly after the second half began, Shaqiri scored his goal, the second goal of the game. And it kind of all went downhill from there for Fulham. There wasn't really much else to report on other than the stewards sunbathing and the rest of the Fulham fans battling the sunlight, really. My general thoughts on the match were that it was a pretty strong effort from us in the first half. I think it gave me a lot of hope for the rest of the season. After the game, it was nice to see some of the Fulham players come over and just sort of applaud the away fans. There was actually a pretty cool moment where Ryan Sessegnon came over and threw his shirt out into the Fulham fans before making his way back down the tunnel. He's always one of the first players to come and applaud the away fans, and one of the last to leave, which is always impressive to see, especially for such a young guy. End up making our way back down to wait in the long bus queue to take ourselves back into the city centre. Well, we are about to get back on the train to London. I've had a lot worse away days than this, to be honest. Liverpool has been lovely. The train ride was pretty much torturous because we had a guy next to us who coughed for about 2.5 hours. That was a grueling train ride home. Richard, I'm going to ask you for your rating out of 10. For me, that train ride was a solid 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 1.9 out of 10 there.
Shocking.
That's all I gotta say. Where'd I cough.
That was pretty much it. It was a good day out at Anfield, good weather, it was enjoyable. The people of Liverpool were awesome. It was a good away day experience, besides the sort of disappointment of the goal. And I would say the only other disappointing thing was how poor the atmosphere was at Anfield. You obviously go there with a pretty big expectation of having a pretty massive and impressive atmosphere. And besides You Never Walk Alone, I think they sang Mo Salah's song and another You Never Walk Alone, and that was pretty much it. It was pretty quiet. Instead of reading a couple 3-word reviews, I'm going to read my favorite one. This is from the Instagram comments. This is from @jdp.m, and he said, "Klops and robbers." Ay. I thought that was pretty good. There's a couple other decent ones in here, but that one takes the cake. That wraps it up for this episode. I don't know who's doing the next one. I think it's me. I think we will see you at Old Trafford. Let us know how this format works. Maybe you loved it, maybe you hate it. If you were at Anfield, let us know what you thought of the day and what you thought of the disappointing Anfield atmosphere. If you're a Liverpool fan, maybe you can let us know why you thought the atmosphere was weaker than normal, or maybe it was just because you were stunned by a big club like Fulham coming to Anfield. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and all those good things, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.